Hey, good doc back again. Once again, let's lock in. I'm gonna probably say something that probably is gonna go against the grain to all of my fellow passport brethren, but I want y'all to hear me on this one. And I think whether you like it or dislike it, you gotta respect it. Gentlemen, don't rush to go abroad. I know that sounds crazy for me to even say it out loud, but if your money ain't together, if your mind ain't right, you cannot rush to go abroad. You understand? Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to regret it. And I think it's going to really have a negative, profound effect on your travel experience. Let me explain. There was a thing going around in the community in which I service, the Philippine travel community. All right. There was a couple of guys that ended up going abroad and they went with very little money because somebody or they listened to somebody that told them that, yo, you can live off of $500 a month in the Philippines, you can live off of $1,000 a month in the Philippines and stuff like that. And granted, if you know how to do it, it's possible. I don't necessarily call it living, I call it surviving. Not so much living or being able to live your best life if you had more money to come with it. But there were a couple of guys who came out into the Philippines and stuff like that, and you would see them bumming and rummaging around in the streets and stuff, and people were making videos about them. And so I thought to myself, you rushed the process of you getting abroad, and look at you now, you assed out. Right now, there were a lot of people looking to get some aid or some help to get this guy back into the United States. I don't even know how the story ended or concluded, but I do know when it was going through and we saw it and we saw the pictures of him and all the people that were helping him out, because Filipinos are pretty helpful. They'll feed you and shit like that if they can. It was like, you come from a first world country, most of us do, and your ass going to countries broke, and you're either stuck there or you're not going to be able to have the experience you actually want abroad, right? Be able to do the things that you actually want. So why rush the process? These places are not going anywhere, people. These places are not going anywhere. They will be there tomorrow. They will be there in the next year and the years to come. As long as we are on this earth, those places will be there. And heaven forbid nothing happens to you in the meantime, in between time, of course. These places will still be there. So if you rush the process, you're going to fuck it up for yourself. Let's just keep it a buck. You're going to fuck it up. And I know I'm part of a community that encourages travel, get your money right, get up, get the fuck out of the United States. We're part of the movement that kind of supports that narrative. But I don't want you to do it until you know damn sure you're ready. I don't want you to move until you know for a fact, yo, I'm getting the fuck up out of here and I'm not coming back, or I'm getting out of here because I need a vacation. I need to just get away for a minute, but I got the money and the funds to do so. A lot of people don't have the money and the funds to do so, or they're out there listening to the wrong type of people telling them that you only need X amount to be able to enjoy a life abroad. Again, some people can't live off of these numbers like I mentioned before, but it's just living or surviving. It's not thriving or being able to enjoy yourself. You're pretty much selling yourself short for what I would like to call a short time experience, right? You're not going to be able to really enjoy the fullness of the experience if you're coming through and your money's not right. It's just not going to work. Yes, your money in certain countries goes a long way. In most countries, the US dollar goes a long way. But you have to understand that money has to be correct. It has to be in order. It has to be enough to support your time abroad. And if it's not, you're pretty much setting yourself up for failure. You're pretty much setting yourself up to be that foreigner that comes back to the United States or wherever you're from, talk about, yo, these places suck. I didn't enjoy myself, this, that, and the other. You're going to set yourself up for that. And I think a lot of the guys who have negative experiences abroad,